fucking immune to them. And the thing is, that's why it makes it really difficult for someone like me, because I'm in your face and saying, you know, your notional idea of reality is a load of crap. And their position is supported by science and academia, right? And so here's little old me on my own, you know, so they, you know, well, it's the ego, right? People they like to have their egos. They like to think they're something special, and they just don't understand that we're actually fucking 100% better people when we lose those ideas. I mean, Jello's, and it's not, you know, like you don't drop dead. Nothing changes overnight. It's not all that dramatic. It's just you know, just having a good hard look at yourself and seeing where you know you're responsible for certain things. Hey, Benaberry, how are you, mate? Yeah, so it's just seeing where you're responsible for things. Now, it's worked out well for me in a sense, because Bulldog's been a primary example of the extreme forms of ego. Him and Vlad, you know, and I'm able to, you know, g'day mate, welcome back. I'm able to, you know, I work them out. I know what they're up to. I know why well, I know it's ego-based. I don't know what caused it, right? Because only they know it. They only live their life experience. But something's happened to both those boys in their life, whether they got bullied or whatever it is, but it's turned them into bullies. Yeah, that's okay, mate. One will drop it. I don't know which or why. Yep, there you go. Benny, you're at work, aren't you? Yeah. Well, feel free to do whatever you got to do. I just got to get an invite down. Can you get an invite out to John? Brother John wanted to come along as well.
Okay. Let me contact him.
All right.
You know, inadvertently the trolls might get this link in the process. You know, is that okay?
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
They can't come in. I've got them blocked. That must drive them crazy. You see, that's the thing about they don't get it. When you understand this shit and you understand what egos do, you know, see, it's a game of control from their perspective. They just want to control and manipulate, and they get their kicks back, and it's all good fun. But when someone stands up to them that actually knows the game better than they do, that that initially becomes a competition, but it's a road to nowhere, because at the end of the day, they'll trip up somewhere. The lies will catch up with them. They've got this bad habit of lying and bold-faced lying. So it's not just ordinary lying. They'd look you straight in the eye and say that something that's untrue is true. And you know, we had a major victory, Benna, last night, and it's on the Rose Pattern channel, where we caught them out. And I'd called, now this is not good behaviour, but I did it knowingly. I called Bullfrog a pedophile. I don't think he is a pedophile, but what he did was still wrong. What he did is he had a couple of young boys in a chat room, and he was egging them on to expose themselves on camera. So I took that opportunity, and knowingly that we had that on video, I took that opportunity, because he's a real good liar, right? We asked him the question if he's a pedophile and whether he exposed, you know, whether he asked the boys to, and of course he bold-facedly said, no, I didn't. So then we rolled out the video. Now Benny was part to that. Benny the ball, the yellow ball, and we caught him with his pants down. And then later on, Vladimir confirmed that actually happened. He was trying to stick up for John May, but he wasn't thinking clearly, right? So they were in a state of cognitive dissonance for sure. Although I must admit they were keeping good composure, but they weren't thinking rationally, right? and Vladimir admitted publicly that yes, this event occurred and he was doing it and he was worse. And the reason he did that, he was trying to say Rob's victimising John May, when in reality, I've been the victim for bloody 12 months from this clown. So anyway, it was all good in the end. So it'll be interesting to watch these guys over time going forward, because not only did we witness it, my wife was there and she was a witness. She said, yes, I saw the video, you know, that you're lying. She, you know, I think she mentioned about the pizzas, I can't remember. These guys are sending us pizzas. Toaster, you're in my house now. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Now what they link to chat rooms. That's what they do. Anyway, so see, they're in a very difficult pattern, right? Hello, Sega Geek. How are you?
Pretty good. I'm about to watch the MLB playoffs games. What's going on?
Yeah.
Hey Rob, this is Fox. This is that smart guy from last night.
Aberan. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Aberan.
So what's this about?
Oh, it's just I don't want to go on too long about it because I've already sort of covered it. So I'll just briefly. It was about last night basically, but I was just saying how Bulldog, cussed out my wife. Now my wife's a lovely lady, right, and she wouldn't hurt a fly. Would she, down?
No. If you piss off Rob's wife, it's like slapping Gandhi in the face.
Yeah, so she got a bit riled, but she was, you know, but she's not a person that usually confronts, and me, I'm the total opposite. If I see an issue that a person has, it's not to hurt the person. It's just this thing about that I have about lies and egos, and you know, beliefs and all that sort of thing. So if you lie to me and I know it's a lie, I'm going to call you out on it because I think that's a healthy thing to do. So anyway, so my wife's a good person, so she. I'll show you. This is the response that we got from Bulldog, just to show you. He was in cognitive dissonance mode, so he's basically out of control. And this is the way. This is how he described my wife, and she's nothing like this at all. Nothing at all. Furthest from it. Just get it up on screen. Hey.
I just said okay.
Okay. Yeah, I won't labour this too long, and then we can get on to something a bit more interesting. Now,
that's exactly what I was asking Mr. Aberan. That was the exact question.
What was that?
He said he dressed like an animal. I think he is an animal, personally. Freaking beast.
Oh, no, mate, at the end of the day, he's still a human being, but he's bloody locked into this. It's wrong thinking that's the problem, not the person.
Well, no, I just think I think everyone's awesome, so I just automatically call him. It's a good thing. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right, there it is there. Now, I'll see if I can share it. Right.
Hello, I am. How are you doing today?
Hey, I am.
Hello, I'm doing.
Hey, I am. I'm sorry about that night, the other night or something like that. I'm deeply sorry for going too far with my trolling. I apologize for that.
No clue what you're talking about.
I forgot too. Apparently, I thought he said something to you, and it ticked you off. I mean, you went on a rant off.
I wouldn't say I was ticked off. I may have gotten noisy because the room was noisy, but
that could have been. I don't know, but whatever. It is what it is. If I said anything to offend you at all, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, you got it coming. You offended me.
Oh no.
No, good people aren't vindictive.
Do I expect a fork in the eye, good sir?
Yeah, I got 2 forks.
Oh, come on, man. I need one.
Is that coming through at all or not? That's that. So can you see that?
Whoa. Rob Beasley and his smelly A-word wife accused me of being a pet.
Yeah.
The thing is that it's actually true. She did say that.
No, that's not true. She didn't. She
What?
didn't she said she spoke about the exposure or something, but she didn't. I use the term pedophile. I accept that, but.
But technically, she was the one that brought it into the conversation. She was the one that emphasized it. She didn't exactly say the word.
She was talking about the video, you know, and how it showed that John May was asking young fellows to.
But that pretty much emphasizes, you know, it's 2 and 2 together. Like, actually.
No. It's an important distinction, right? Really important. Because what happens there, in John May's mind, right, he's gone into overload on the personal attacks. That's the cognitive dissonance thing. So he's trying to character assassinate anyone that's attacking him, right? And what he'll do is repurpose the word. And that's why it's really important to actually distinguish between what is said, actually said, and what he says, because it tells you a lot about the behaviour. It's a really important distinction, believe me. It's important to stay with the facts, the truth, because the truth tells the true behaviour and the true story of what's going on. Anyway, that was all. Just going to show that. Oh, he did threaten me too. He said, "You're going to be very afraid. Be very, very, very afraid."
Did he say that on vocal, or did he actually say that on text?
I think it's on the video, vocal.
Okay. I was on that hangout.
Yeah.
There's goes. All I have to say about this in general is she did kind of. She didn't directly say it, but it was kind of like an indirect thing that, you know. So technically, I would be kind of offended too if it was not true. You know what I mean?
It's not true. I don't think he is a pedophile. I think he was just messing around with these young guys. But I took the advantage of the situation and I deliberately called him a pedophile because it's very difficult to pin him down on a lie. Once I'd set that up and I had him in the room, right, for the discussion, I then turned to him and said, "Did you basically do this?" Or no, I accused him of the actual event, which was the asking the boys to expose them, and then we brought the video along. So we got the lie in front of everybody, and then we gave the evidence to prove that it was a lie. These guys are pathological liars.
He says he admitted he did it. He said he never denied it.
In the room, you can watch the Rose Patton thing. He definitely denied it.
Do you have a cut of that video?
It's on Rose Patton's channel, so I don't. But Benny's got one, if you come across Benny.
Yeah, I don't want to go through the whole fucking...
It's really not worth it. The video isn't that good.
I mean, he's not denying it now, so...
Oh, well, of course he can't. He can't. But the point of the exercise was...
He told me he denied it because you were saying he was a pedo and approaching kids, and at the moment, and like he said when you first started saying that stuff, you weren't referencing specifically that moment, and so since it was just a joke that he had forgotten about, he said that's why. He said basically he's saying he's not a fucking pedo. He said, but once the video came up, then he said, yeah, I admitted it because that was just a fucking joke.
Yeah, but that's not true. If you watch the video, he denies it, and then he gets upset when he's shown out because he thought that there was no evidence or no one had the video available for that hangout. That's the truth of the story, and the other truth of the story is that this guy.
If you can get a cut of that video, I'd like to see it.
Yeah, I missed it the last time. Can somebody give us a cut of that video? I think Benny had it.
Yeah, I don't want to like have to go through the whole freaking. I don't have time for all that shit.
Yeah, I'm supposed to watch a baseball game.
Okay, all right. So the
Maybe
latest,
in the next chat.
The latest discussion. We're having Benna Berry and I were having a discussion about this senses versus brain as being the ultimate arbiter of reality.
Okay.
I'm still holding ground on it, and the reason I'm holding ground that they're separate events is because there's a time delay between the cell sensing and the brain interpreting. Now, I accept.
Hey, Rob.
Wait a minute. I accept. Wait a minute.
Well, I'm gonna head out, but I wanted this before I go, because I've heard this before, and you can finish this with him. But I just wanted to say I talked to Bulldog about his harassment, like the way he harasses you, and if you want to talk about that when you're done here, just hit me up. But
yeah, no worries.
Anyway,
but don't forget, mate. I know the reality. I've sort of lived it. So if there's an alternate story that's untrue, I will give you an opinion, or I'll give you what actually happened. Whether you choose to believe, that's up to you.
Oh, you mean in Rose's hangout?
No, just the whole story. Whatever you want to know, I know it.
Oh, I mean, we were talking about it last night. I don't deny that he harasses you. I see it, and he doesn't deny it either. So, but we can, like I said, we can talk about that later. You can finish your talk about the senses.
You want to consider the consequences of those actions. I mean, they're childish in the first instance, but they're actually quite harmful. So if you play them down to treat them as less than that because he's conned you into thinking that, then more fool you, my friend.
I didn't say that. I just said we could talk about it later because I mean, we could talk about it now if you want to put off what you were already discussing.
Well, let's talk about it now.
You want to talk about it now?
Yeah.
I mean, he basically admits that it's childish and that it's harmful to you, and I mean, his response basically was that if you live in a glass house, you shouldn't cast stones, and that he's basically responding to negative remarks that you've made towards him. I've held him, like I questioned him more about it. I'm like, so basically you're just like, it's just revenge, and it's like this childish preschool, you're a doo-doo head, you're a poo-poo face, my daddy can beat up your daddy shit. And he's like, yeah, and he's like, it's amusing to me, and I don't feel bad about it, and I mean, that's basically it. Like, I don't know, like I don't condone it. I'm not that way, and I criticized him on it. But when he's got that type of mindset, I mean, I don't know what you do about it except just stop engaging with him. Otherwise, you're kind of like, he admits flat out that he says you started it, and admits flat out that he's lowering himself. He admits flat out that he's lowering himself to your level, and I'm sure
right, hold it, mate. Hold it.
I'm sure.
Hold it. Wait.
No, wait a minute. Let me finish.
Wait,
let me finish.
Wait, no, mate.
I'm like one phrase away. I'm like one sentence away. Hold on. Hold on. I'm like, I got one more statement. Just let me finish. Okay, now let me finish. Just let me finish. Just let me finish. Just let me finish. I've got one more sentence to say. Okay, so I'm sure you would argue that he started it first, but either way, that would be you lowering yourself to his level. So I would tell you the same thing I told him, like, you should just disengage from it. The only difference between you two is that he's getting enjoyment out of it and he's doing it for fun, whereas I don't know if I see that on your side. To me, it seems like you're not gaining anything from it. So you have more of a reason to disconnect from the whole fiasco.
Mate, I promise you that regardless of what you think, maybe in time you'll learn. I promise you this, that he's conning you beautifully, and that's what he's extremely good at.
What did he con me?
Wait a minute. Let me finish.
How did he con me?
Well, wait a minute. I'll try and explain. He's conning you beautifully, but okay.
Conning me into what?
Speak to Rose. Wait a minute. Speak to Rose Patton.
I can't do that. She doesn't talk to me.
All right. Well, I can tell you that he does the same number on her, and it doesn't. It's disrespectful of her the way he treats her. He just plays the game. So I agree with you when to him it's a game, but it's actually quite a cruel and nasty game. He does it to a guy, Tom, in England.
I agree.
Wait a minute. He does it to a guy, Tom, in England, Who else has he done it to? Well, they've probably done it to countless people because they've been been in this circle. They did it to what's his name? The science guy. Patrick. Yeah, Patrick was a victim.
How did he con me?
Well, he's convinced you to believe that it's benign.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you seem to, the way you presented that story, right, and for anyone listening, right, I'm sure that they would take it the same way I would, as it's a benign, childish game.
I think it depends on the person. That's what I said, though. I see it the same. Part of me does find it a bit amusing. I think it's funny, but another part of me feels bad for you when I see him saying that stuff to you, and I said it was childish. I told Bulldog that I think it's childish.
That's right, but he would play up to that, and he'll say, and he's making a.
He says I know it is.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
He admits it's childish.
Wait a minute, you're missing something. He's making admissions now about certain behaviours that prior to last night he would never have admitted in a fit. Right? In fact, if you watch the video, and all right, you might be too lazy to watch it, but the evidence is very clear. He says emphatically he didn't do it. But beyond the point when we show, wait a minute, when we showed the video, that's when he realised it's evident that he did do it. So he now had to change his story. Right? I promise you, he would not have admitted to that event, and he didn't. He hasn't admitted until last night. Now that it's happened, he makes the admission because he knows he's been caught out. But he's more than just a liar in that instance. He's a pathological liar. And so is Vladimir. If you observe Vladimir very carefully, Vladimir lies constantly. Vladimir, now you might not believe me, but I promise you I'm not telling any lies. There's no advantage in it. Vladimir sends pizzas to our house. Vladimir drives by our house and video cameras our house. Those things, and we've got evidence for that. We've got the video. We got that chat room. Those behaviours go beyond just simple games. Those things upset the family. Like, my wife doesn't like the fact that, you know, people on the internet know our home address. Me, I don't care because I understand the behaviours.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry about that, man.
Wait a minute. Did you not see? Wait a minute. Did you not see what I showed you just before about what Bulldog said about my wife and the way he framed the wordage with the blinkers on? Or I'll read it again.
I don't condone that, though.
I'll read it again.
I don't condone that type of language, though. I don't think he should say that stuff.
No, but it's not so much that, mate. It's not what you're missing. There's a big point that you're missing. This is all tied to his ego. And there's something wrong that he behaves that way. And
I agree.
Yeah, but it's not just ice. I mean, he's an extreme case, right? Vladimir is an extreme case. But this particular problem is a problem that we have in human society, and it's a big problem.
I still don't see how he conned me, though. I mean,
because you came in and you presented it as benign. It's not benign behavior.
No, I didn't present it as benign. I told you that I feel bad when he does that, and I think he shouldn't. I said I wrestle with it inside because part of me kind of does find it amusing, but then the other part of me feels bad. That's what I didn't present it as benign. I said
that's okay. That's the two wolves going on. That's the two wolf story inside you, right?
Oh, jeez.
But it's real, mate. I don't talk bullshit. That's a real event.
I don't see the two wolves as real. And
you just said the duality. You just said part of me feels or enjoys the sport, but part of me feels bad for the other person.
Yeah, but I still don't. That doesn't mean I subscribe to the idea that our brain is just two wolves. Like, I think that it's a lot more complex than.
It's not our brain. It's two instincts.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to go into that debate. I mean, that's a totally different debate.
Rob, would you improve if I bring someone in here?
As long as they don't do the mapping, and remember, I can kick them, and I'll do it in a heartbeat if I sense any misbehaving or dishonesty.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy someone. He does have some things they want. Don't worry, it's not who you think it is. That's fine.
Well, I'll kick them as soon as I sense dishonesty.
Okay, so 1 second.
Yeah, Rob's rules are pretty easy to follow. If people wouldn't lie, they would not get booted.
Exactly, it's that simple. And I've got a bloody good lie detector. And so, like with our young friend I know that Bulldog is conning him. He's presenting, oh, it's not as bad as it seems, you know. But it is bad if he asks young people to expose themselves on the internet. That's a bad behaviour, and it's something that shouldn't happen. It is bad if he spends his bloody life getting kicks out of winding people up. And see, Bulldog's blaming me for attacking him. That's never been the case, ever.
Can you unkick Toaster? Because that's the person I wanted to bring in, but apparently he's kicked from there. He does have a logical explanation for everything that's been going on, and he just wants to. He's not going to bash or anything like that. He's just going to give details. That's it.
No, Toaster can't come. No, sorry.
Okay.
I'll talk to the Toaster privately.
Yeah, do that. You can just PC him or something. That would be really nice.
Yeah. What's happening there, mate, is he's sort of joined company with the guys, and they've sort of conned him on the, you know, it's not so bad, blah, 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 blah.
I'm just saying, though, have a rational conversation with him, and maybe you guys can get to the bottom of all this. That's all I'm asking.
Hey, mate, I'm at the bottom. I know exactly what's going on, whether you believe it or not. I know precisely what's going on. I know precisely, or I don't know the cause of these guys, you know, what's damaged them in life to behave like bullies at this age of their life. I know precisely what's going on. I know precisely what the behaviours are. And I won't tolerate lies anymore. If you want to talk to me, you talk truth, period.
Yeah. I'm just saying, just give him one last shot. That's all I'm asking.
Well, that's my choice. I'll choose whether I want to or not.
If you decide not to, I'll respect your decision.
Well, it's Rob's house and Rob's rules.
That's right. Rob's house, Rob's rules. Well, it's actually Rob's house, Jesus rules.
No, you didn't believe in God. Oh wait, no, you do believe in Jesus. I'm sorry.
I absolutely. I hold Jesus to be one of the best human beings ever. Ever.
Okay, and for anybody who cares about baseball, the Cubs are winning 1-0.
Okay.
That's awesome.
If I ever get near, so we're not that financially well off, and this sort of ties into this sort of harassment case. But if I ever get any money together, I'll come back to America. So I've been there once, and I'll go and watch. Because the one thing we didn't do is we didn't go to a baseball game.
I'll tell you what. Come down here. I will personally take you to a baseball game myself.
Well, that'd be cool.
Yes, you can watch my team lose epically as I cry. It'll be awesome. Seriously, I'm from Wisconsin, and my team is Milwaukee Brewers, and we were terrible this year, man. It was so bad. But wait, you went to America but never went to a baseball game? That's like tradition.
Oh, we got close. I think it was in San Francisco. There was a game scheduled, and you know we sort of had the time, and then something else came up, and just unfortunately missed it.
That happens. So you missed the Giants game then?
Yeah, I think it was Giants actually. Yeah.
San Francisco Giants. When was that? Like last year or a couple years ago?
When were we there? It was in July of 2013, I think.
You missed their. Oh no! If you would have saw in 2014, you missed a game for You missed one of their games that they did to win the World Series.
Ah.
Yeah, because that was her World Series year. They beat the other team I was cheering for, my second favorite team, the Royals. So it is what it is. I broke a headset on that game, but yeah, no. Sports are incredible. Sports are so incredible. Like seriously, like like it's amazing how much relaxation and satisfaction and aggravating sports can be. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's the old Colosseum, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a Roman tradition.
Exactly.
Gladiators.
Exactly, good sir. So, but no, like if you want the just PC toaster if you get a chance, because he's not gonna fight you or anything like that. He just wants to talk to you. Nothing bad. I already checked. It's okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, you guys just don't get it. You sort of view me as a stubborn person.
No, I don't think you're stubborn at all.
Well, it doesn't matter, but well, others do. But I actually do understand stuff, and Toaster, I'll pick up quite early if his agenda is driven by Vladimir and Bullfrog. So I'll pick that up early, and then I'll try and point it out to him, and hopefully he'll see that, but he may not. I don't know how deep he is. You know, it's these relationships that we have with other humans, and that relates to the belonging to the herd. You don't want to give up your little herd. And if I notice that he's not hearing what I'm saying, I'll just bloody stop the conversation. That's it.
And that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. Oh, but that's the way I operate, you know. I see. That's the thing about enlightenment. It's the phenomena. You lose the doubt, right? Doubt pretty much goes. I suppose, are there times when I doubt? There might be times when I second guess myself, but my confidence grows with watching and observing behaviours and all the rest of it, and it's confirmed by all my research and what I learned from the Jesus text. The confidence just grows.
Yeah, and obviously you're a well-educated man as well, so it makes sense. Oh, by the way, one other request I have. Never hate Benny, because that guy is the man.
Oh, no. Benny and I are very, very... Benny's another Jesus. I tell you, mate, that Benny is a very, very switched-on individual. I recognised that early in Benny. And he's also very talented. You know, he's got a... Yeah. No, he's
you do my avatar pretty well.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. And see how quickly he does it, right?
Yeah, he does in like 20 seconds, and I'm like, whoa, that's kind of amazing.
He is. He's an amazing character. And the other thing is, see, he's sort of like, he's been riding shotgun through all this this event. It'd be interesting to actually have Benny come in, although he doesn't come to the mic, and he doesn't come to the mic often, but if he spoke, he would echo my sentiments precisely. You know?
I kind of like that he doesn't go to the mic though, because I kind of like the way he we can have a conversation. He just butts in with like his text conversations. I think that's actually kind of fun. Oh,
it is. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I mean, here's me. I'm like a bull at a gate. I just say, bang. This is what I think, right? And that starts an argument. But Benny's just quietly working the background. You know, working the back room. He does a fantastic.
Exactly. But no, in all seriousness, I hope someday you and all these people that you have, that have issues with you and you have issues with them, hopefully you guys can get this resolved eventually and you guys can, kind of be what you guys were before. Were you guys friends before this happened?
To a degree, but when I saw the bad behaviours and I recognised them for what they were, once you tell me a lie, I'm not going to be satisfied until you resolve that lie. So, I mean, I don't hold the same opinion because it's not my responsibility, right? I'm not the one that decided to act in the way that these guys acted.
They should be the one to prove it to you that they've changed, and they're the ones that should prove it to you that obviously they want to be your friend and make it up to you.
Well, exactly. I mean, but it's more than that. It's actually admitting that they lied. I mean, in my life and my journey towards enlightenment, I had to confront things about myself, the two wolves, and where I'd done things wrong, and I had to acknowledge that that was my responsibility. They have to do the same. They must confront them. It's what Jesus said about know thyself, and it's absolutely true. You know, if you want to become an enlightened individual, you need to confront yourself honestly. You must take accountability, because he said that there's a disturbance in the journey to the enlightenment. So you must confront what you've done wrong. You must be honest about it, so i.e. truth, no more lies. And then things begin to improve for you. You become that better person. So I don't see it the way you do in terms of us shaking hands and getting on with life. No, that'll never happen. That'll never happen unless they take accountability for their actions. They admit that it was an error honestly, right? Honestly, and I'll know if it's honest. And then, you know, we're fine again, and they're better people for it. And people aren't being harassed by them, you know, in this sick little games they play. So I don't treat it lightly, and I'll never brush over it ever.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I like Bulldog. I think the dude's awesome, honestly. I think he's a good guy. I think he's probably misunderstood technically, I guess you could look at it from that perspective.
No, if you tell a lie is a lie, and a lie is with you till you die. And if you won't admit that lie, you're not a good person.
But didn't you just lie last night calling him a pedo?
Yes, but I'm here today. Wait a minute. I did it for reasons. There was an absolute, because he's very stubborn with his lying, right?
You just said a lie is a lie, though.
Yeah, it is, absolutely. But it leaves, a lie is a lie, and it's with you till you die. But it never, once you confront it, it's no longer a lie. It's done. You know, as long as you're honest about it, it's done and dusted forever.
But
so I admitted that I called him a pedo, and I don't believe that he is a pedo at all.
Then what was the point of bringing that up?
It elevated the sensibility in him, because I knew that he'd take offence to it.
So you made up a lie to tick off someone, but you're angry at someone who made up lies or something to make you mad.
So you trolled him?
Yeah, in essence I did. I treated him like he treated...
But your entire aspect of belief is two wrongs don't make a right. But you just did a wrong. Yes,
but I'm owning up to it now, so it's done and dusted. I've done it, you know.
But it doesn't matter. He's already done it as well. Like, I don't see your logic behind this. Like, you literally called someone a liar, and you can't forgive someone for lying unless they admit to the lie, but yet you just lied to... You literally called someone pedo on live air.
Correct, I did.
How does that make you any better than him?
Well, you'd have to look at things in aggregate, not just one little example that sort of says getting
hold
off.
on.
Wait a minute. Let me respond. Yeah. In aggregate, this guy lies continually, daily, and he does it to aggravate people, which is a bad thing. When I lied, I did it with a purpose of actually disclosing his lies, because that's actually a good neighbourly thing to do. Why? Because he's stubborn about coming to the truth. He really is, I promise you. But if I can bring him to the truth and make him admit to the truth, that is a significant breakthrough for him as a person.
We're bringing Rose in, by the way.
Yeah. Rose is cool.
My only thing is, it's like, I don't agree with the actions that you took. You lied because you were angry at someone who lied about you.
Yeah,
but you did the same thing.
What you're doing, you're not looking at the bigger picture, right? I did one thing to deliver an outcome. That was, and I'm not lying about it. I'm saying this is what I did. On the other side, we've got a pathological liar.
But aren't you the same because you were convincing everyone that he was a pedo?
Am I a pathological liar? All right.
No, I'm not calling you that. I'm saying what you did. Isn't that the same means?
Mm-mm. Mm.
What if he just has more points to make, so he has to lie more often to get the results that are necessary to whatever
Well, yeah,
that's better in the aggregate?
yeah. But I know what's going on with him. I know that he just. Oh, here we go. This guy's got to go.
Anyone but Rose.
Yeah, no, I won't kick Rose. I've got a heck of a lot of
No,
respect.
don't kick Rose. Don't kick Rose.
No, I won't, promise.
Okay.
I never would. I've got a heck of a lot of respect for Rose. What I'm saying is that my actions were about a specific outcome that would benefit that person. Here, see, this is the guy again.
But it didn't benefit him at all. It humiliated him.
But it was a reality that he asked those young boys to expose themselves. That doesn't make him a pedophile, but it's still a shameful behaviour. I added the term pedophile to agitate.
Okay, is that real or not?
Right?
Was that real or not that he said that? I need to know this. Remember, I missed the video. This is the biggest thing I'm missing here.
What happened on the video, and you can... who we got here? See, they're desperate. This is their behaviours. Desperate to get into the room.
Do you know what the meaning of cognitive dissonance is? You know.
Yes, I do. I know it extremely well. Sorry, where did we get to, mate?
We were talking about like how my argument right now is.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the video, right? So the video.
Yeah, the video.
Now, I'm not going to take any action beyond saying to you that if you go and look at the Flat Earth video on Rose Patton's channel, you will see that we brought a video, another video, right, to the show, and it showed very clearly, very, very clearly, that John May said to two young boys, pull out your penises or whatever, basically. That's not exactly accurate, but it was exposing themselves on the internet. That's not a good behaviour.
No, it's a terrible behaviour.
Of course it is. But I took the opportunity of that to step it up a notch. I threw the pedo comment on it because I knew it would, get attention with him. And then we got him in the room and we asked him the question before we showed the video, whether he did that, not the pedo business, but whether he asked those boys to expose themselves. He said no, right? But then we showed the video. Now that he knows the video's out, he then talks to IM and he says, yes, I did do it, but it was just a joke. Well, no, it's not a fucking joke.
That's not a joke that you should make. That's actually really unclassy.
Well, these are young guys. You shouldn't get them to expose themselves on the internet. Period. That's just plain wrong. It's not as bad as pedophilia, I grant you that. But the thing is, you still shouldn't do it.
I actually agree with you wholeheartedly. I need to see that video. I'll have to check out the Rose video. Rose should give me the link to her channel so I can look at it.
Yeah, sure. But anyway.
Yeah.
This is what.
But why isn't she coming on?
Hey, what's that?
Why isn't she coming on here? She wanted the link to the Google Hangout. I gave her it, so.
I don't know.
She got kicked.
No,
She got attacked
Rose,
by a bear.
Rose did not get kicked. The three people that got kicked are Trollolol, and they're the guy called Vladimir. He's got these multiple accounts.
I like Vladimir, though. He's cool.
No, he's not. He's a shocking human being. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that, because all human beings are wonderful people at the end of the day, but he's got shocking behaviours. Absolutely appalling.
I don't know.
Hey?
As I said, like, these are, as I said, I've only known these guys for a few days.
Yeah, exactly, and they put on a different facade for you than what they really are. You know what I mean? They're not showing you they're not laying all their cards down.
They're very cunning individuals, but that cunningness, they qualify in their own mind as superior intellect. They think that they're capable of manipulating, you know, anyone and everyone. This is the ego at work. But the flip side of it is they have low respect for the other person. The other person is a victim to them or a non-entity. So this is pure selfishness, pure ego at work. And, you know, it causes... See, this notion of ego, the selfishness, is a real fucking problem for humanity. It absolutely is. But what we humans typically do, because we just don't want to cause a ruffle, is we sit back and we don't confront it. Or when we confront it, it's too fucking hard, so we drop the thing. But not me. I know how much of a drama and damage it causes in our world, and I also know what the solution to the problem is, so I'm going to damn well confront it. And maybe that's why it looks to you guys like I'm part of the problem, but I promise you I'm not. I'm no part of it all.
What though?
Hey?
The problem of what? Like, what exactly is the problem here?
It's where people develop notional ideas in their mind that aren't based on what are you saying? I think you're talking about the superego. Yeah, well, no, I don't. Then I describe it as just purely the ego, the selfishness. No, there's no place in the planet for egos. Well, hang on, I better give you my definition, because maybe we'll be at odds on definition. So when I talk about ego, I'm talking about notional ideas held in mind that have no basis in reality. So let's take John May, for example, right?
Yeah.
He has a notional view, and he gets evidence from his little games. He has a notional view that he's smarter than anyone else. He forms that opinion because he's able to manipulate people, and he's very, very good at it. But if you actually test him on intellectual abilities, you'll find that he'll come up wanting, right?
Actually, I hate to split this up, but there is a question I need to ask.
Yeah.
Who gave Vlad the details to know all your stuff about your address and things like that? How did he find that out? How did he even find out your last name and things like that?
Well, my name is, you know, Rob Beasley. That's my real name.
Okay, but how else did he get? Did he look in the phone book? How else did he get your personal information?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But he did, because I got a video that shows him driving past our house and putting the camera up our driveway.
But who would give out that information to him, if you think about it?
I don't know, but he had it. What you're missing is, and see, this is the inquiring mind on your part, sort of suggesting, is Rob really sure of his facts? See, the thing about me, mate, is I trust my senses.
How much do you trust the friends on this Google Plus right now?
If my senses, if my senses report to me some information, like I witnessed something or whatever, I trust them implicitly, and I never doubt them. What happened was, I got the video, the guy drove past, he was in a Google chat room, right? He said, or he told one of the other people in the chat room, get Rob to look at my profile pic. And then I said, oh shit, that's my house. What the hell? So, you know, as you can imagine. But also don't forget that the guys have been sending pizzas to our house for probably the last couple of weeks. I think we've had 3 or 4 deliveries of pizza. And then when you go online, they say, did you get the pizza yet? Or no, not any pizza deliveries. You know, they frame it quite craftily. But what they're doing is they know our address, they're sending pizzas to our home address. You know, all those things are totally inappropriate.
Okay, I'm not going to justify what they did was right. I'm not going to do that. The thing is...
You seem to be trying. You're trying hard to.
No, I'm thinking of this aspect, not thinking about this. How did they get... Is there anybody that you know that you gave your personal... Maybe it's something to mail or something like that. Who would have gave out your personal information like that? Because seriously... like my personal information got leaked like a while ago on some random chat room, and I was infuriated, and I can understand your logic behind that. But who do you think would have leaked that? Like your address and things like that. Like, I don't think they would have taken the time out of their day to go on a phone book to like freaking do this. Like, someone must have leaked this. Did you tell anybody what your personal information, even to a friend, a close friend that you met on Google Hangouts?
I don't know how they got it, mate, but I don't care. You know, it's not a problem for me. It's a problem for my wife. I mean, she's hello, St. Tommy. How are you?
Hello, everybody. Hey.
Great to see you, mate.
Thank you for your hospitality. Thank you.
Oh, welcome to the show, by the way. But no, like, think of the aspect about this. Like, say you, like, gave your information. Maybe that person is the person who's been doing this. Like, maybe they're the persons that are feeding these people and, like, letting it happen.
No. It's Vladimir. It was his voice. It was his car, his camera. You know, so, no. You know, you can try that line of inquiry, but, mate, like I said to you before, I trust my senses. I know who it was, and I won't entertain any false thinking or faulty ideas.
No, I'm just saying that, like, remember when Half-Life got leaked? Half-Life 2. It was a game that was released in 2004. 2003, the beta was leaked by someone. And everyone got it. Yeah. Do you think maybe that happened? Like, kind of like... maybe somebody...
No. No, I mean, if you've got a person's name, you could easily, you know, work it out who they are, I'm sure. But it doesn't matter, mate. It doesn't matter. But I just don't, I won't entertain ideas that are based on, you know, just broad-based conjecture to make these guys look better, when I know without doubt that it's these guys sending the pizza and it's these guys that have my home address, and that, you know, he's the guy that drove by the house, right?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. What that is nothing short of frightening and disturbing. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Because, like, yeah, I'd be freaked out.
Yeah, but I'm not. You know, I know what's going on. I know the behaviours and all the rest of it. What I don't know is I don't know how far they're going to escalate things, and maybe they might take it up a notch. But anyway, I just don't worry about it. You know, but I won't accept a lie. Eh?
I would be very surprised. I would be very surprised if anybody wanted you to do any harm. They might joke around, and
yeah, I think they're just trolling. But at the same time, though, it's kind of like, okay, clearly you're upset about this. Clearly you don't like it. I mean, seriously, who would want to pay $20 for a pizza at 4 o'clock in the morning? I'd be ticked off too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's the action itself. It's designed to try and get under your skin. All right, and they're just not able to do that. But what I was going to say...
how do you know it's not? How do you know it's just not a prank?
No, because I just know. Don't forget, right? I know a lot of shit. You guys just don't seem to get it. I actually do know stuff, and it does explain reality, you know?
Okay, if you think you have a box with a fish that give you a message, that would be intimidating, because remember The Godfather, sleeping with the fishes? They're sending you pizza, man.
Yeah, but no, wait a minute. You're still trying to play it down. Bulldog last night, right, when I exposed him, right, and he had no way of hiding anymore. He was caught out in a lie, turned around, and then was extremely abusive to a lovely lady, my wife, and called her very unkind, used very unkind terms. He then went on to say, Beasley, be very afraid, be very afraid. And honestly, I think he meant that. Whether he, you know, reflects after that, whether he has a change of heart, I don't know. But he really meant it at that point in time. He wanted to basically, you know, cause me some harm. I promise you, go watch the video. But I'm not worried. It doesn't bother me. You know, it's just the way it is. Got to live with reality.
What are your goals, Mr. Beasley, if I might ask? I mean, it's none of my business, and I'm not asking that from a point of authority, but from a point of true curiosity.
All right. My goal is...
can anybody look at the comments on the YouTube? People have questions.
Or what are your general goals, or are they articulate in dealing with the different different neighbors of our G plus community? Do you have specific goals?
Yes, I do. Right, I came onto this environment, if you like, to promote my book, because I honestly feel that the research I did is accurate and is beneficial to humanity. Big statement, I know. And what am I about? I'm about peace. That's the big word for me, peace.
Now, when you say accurate, I mean the subjects that you encourage people about are very subjective, and so when you say that they are accurate, do you mean that they are absolutely quality or absolutely perfectly logical, or in what way are they accurate?
They're absolute reality.
Okay, the words that you utter here on G+, they are meant to be encouraging and promote your book, I presume?
Well, Tommy, it runs like this for me. If I spot someone that's living a lie, I'm going to tell them straight up.
Okay, here's
Because
my
I think
problem with this.
Well, wait a minute. I think
Is there any
hang on. It's important in life, right, to live truthfully. Now, Jesus taught that. He actually said, do not lie, right? So if you lie to me and I spot it, I'm going to let you know that I think that you're telling a lie or you're living a lie. And why is that important? Because the path to human peace requires that we know ourselves and we live authentically.
Okay, two things I wish to suggest for consideration. One is that very few of us live perfectly truthfully. We start out immature, and we develop, and we grow, and we heal. But very few people I know, I guess, live perfectly truthfully. To live a lie, to live not as truthfully as perhaps one may, I see a lot of us here doing that. You know, we're not perfectly enlightened. A lot of us.
Well,
are you perfectly enlightened, my brother?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Tommy, at all times. At all times.
We always have the two wolves in play. Mm-hmm. If I do something that's may look to you as a lie or a bad behaviour, confront me on it, and I'll give you an explanation, and it'll be an honest explanation.
Well, I hear this. In closing, I hear it's a struggle for most individuals not to look at themselves either too highly or too lowly. And I submit that there are many ways to be enlightened, and to see oneself as perfectly enlightened in all ways about all things every time, that is, to me, sounds like a treacherously rigid way to see oneself. At least you say tomatoes instead of tomatoes, or something like that. But thank you for considering these words, Rob. Yes, I'll continue.
I have, Tommy. I've considered them.
I need to debate something. I'm sorry about this.
That's all right. Go ahead.
So, you want to be nothing but honest, and you want nothing but honesty, and you hate liars and things like that. But you literally
No, hang on. I don't hate. I'm not a hater. I don't hate any.
Okay, you're not a hater. Okay, I'm gonna let that go. I don't see you like being a rapper or anything, so I don't think you hate the haters. So that's cool. But no, like you said flat out that you are not happy with the way people lie, and you want the honest truth, and you speak the honest truth. But like you legit just last night just said that you lied to get a reaction out of someone.
Correct.
How is that justifiable?
Because I've been honest about my actions after the fact.
But it doesn't make it right.
It does. It does make it very right, because John May is a pathological liar that
you shouldn't compare yourself to those worse than you. That should be your standard. At least I'm not as bad as this other person.
I have experience with that.
Yeah,
pathological lying. Yes.
Yeah.
I have experience with that.
Yeah, so what I'm saying to you is John May is a pathological liar it's very difficult to get him to the point of realizing that fact about him. But it's an important step in his progress through life. Because if he did do that, then he'd stop the behaviours and he'd cause less grief for a lot of people and he'd feel better about himself. It's a very noble thing I do when I try and expose his lies. It's not about me. It's really about him. Hey?
I'm sorry. I disagree with this.
No,
are you saying you care about? Are you saying you care? Are you saying you care about Johnny May, and that's why you are confronting him or interacting with him in such a contentious way?
It pisses me off. No, hang on. It pisses me off that I've got to deal with this problem, but if he lies in front of me, I'm going to call him out because I think it's the right thing to do for him.
But you called him up for the wrong reason. You lied.
No.
No, you called him a pedophile, which you just admitted that he said that he wasn't one.
But I explained to you why I did that.
But you still lied. Do you see Jesus Christ lying? Do you see anything like that? You make your entire life based on Jesus Christ, but yet you completely are being hypocritical right now. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not.
Someone please.
I wouldn't say Rob's lying because there's video footage of Bullfrog doing what Rob said he did. That's not a lie.
Oh no, I did call him a pedophile, which is not true. I did
Rob,
that to elevate his interest. That's all.
Yeah, but Rob, we have video of him stating that he wants to see gherkins and shit. You know what I mean? I mean that's.
Yeah, I understand. His behaviour was wrong, and it needed to be called into account anyway. But I did.
But don't say that you think he is one, but then the next minute deny it. You're being like an American politician at that point.
Hey.
Well, look, one of the things I've struggled with through this whole journey is how do you get people that are living falsehoods? How do you get them to actually recognise the error? That's always been the battle, right? So I will experiment with different approaches, right? And this was just one.
Well, you may not be perfect in every word every time, Rob. And if you do step out of line, or speak, or
you'll be there to catch me.
No. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you do,
I don't. No, I'm fine, mate. I'm fine.
What you should do is, I think you should actually apologize to do because you kind of went too far with that. Like, you don't call people pedos and the next day say, I don't think.
There you go. I'm going to take you to task on that comment, right? And I'll tell you why.
Why?
You're doggedly determined to play down anything that.
No, I am not. It's like.
Yes, you are.
No, it's so make a right mythology.
If you've been, hang on.
It's trying to allow you to see your own faults that you're blind to.
Hey, no, but I'm not. I told you guys flat out. I said yes. I said he's a pedo when he's not, and I told you why I did that. Where's the lie?
You lied at first because you flat out called him it, and you wait till the next day to say it. So technically, you lied. Just because you just admit it the next day doesn't mean it's not a lie. It's still there. That's like saying I cheated in an MLB game and then I admit the next day. You still cheated. Yeah, but what you miss, and the thing that I find objectionable is that this guy does it. He does it to continually to a lot of people. He's a pathological lie, and that doesn't seem to count with you guys.
Well, maybe he's just got more things to prove than you, so he needs to lie more. Maybe you should take the higher road and not go this level. Why do you need to sink to his level to make a point?
Well, it's the proper thing to do because the guy has an issue. It's ego-based, right? And the way you deal with the ego is you must confront it with the truth.
Couldn't you find a way to intellectually debate him like what I did with you over the Bible?
No, because he's a pathological liar. You just get nowhere with him.
Then wouldn't it be funnier to expose him on lies instead of like calling him a random name?
What's that, sorry?
Yeah, it's pretty easy to deal with liars.
Yeah.
I just don't agree with what you did. I like you, man. Rob, I'm a huge fan. You're awesome. but I just don't agree with like the circumstances that you took. I just felt like it was kind of like you went low, and not only that, but like 2 wrongs don't make a right, and also the aspect of you should have taken the higher ground on this. You could have just simply blocked him or do something like that. You didn't have to like, flat out call him a pedo on live air.
Right. Won't work.
That guy, the guy I ejected, his name's Lyrics. He's been sort of conned by these guys, so just kicked him out because it would interrupt our conversation.
That's okay. I'm by the way, don't worry. I'm not on like anyone's side. I'm equal, obviously. I obviously give you praise. But no, like, I just like, I don't understand like the logic behind this because I think you're more intelligent than what you did. That's what I'm saying. I'm like a little disappointed.
No. When you deal with someone like Bulldog or a troll, if you like, you're dealing with a very, I call it a rat cunning intellect. It's extremely cunning and very difficult to deal with, right?
But you're a man of Jesus, and do you think if Jesus had an argument with, like, say, like a very bad person or a liar, a pathological liar, do you see him lying to like prove a point?
Yeah, I think so, because it's a difficult chore. I've been walking. Hang on, wait a minute. He's not a Bible Jesus, my Jesus. Now, so don't get those 2 wires crossed. What I want to say to you though is, I've been dealing with this problem of belief, right, or what I call faulty thinking. So, what it is, it's thinking, and it relates to the ego. It's thinking, right, things that have no basis in reality. And how do you actually confront that particular problem? Now, what you're trying to achieve is you're trying to get the person to actually witness the reality, the real story.
But you lowered yourself and lied to make a point.
No, that's your terminology. I don't feel uncomfortable about my actions one bit.
Am I the only one who feels like this is wrong? Am I the only one? Can someone talk up?
That's an appeal to authority, isn't it?
I mean, I respectfully disagree with it, but I'm just saying, am I the only one who like thinks that's not the right way to go?
Well, you try and deal with an ego mind, mate. Find a better path. Actually, I'm interested. Aberan, you did say something about liars are easy to deal with. I'd like to hear about that, if possible.
I just think he's allowed the same justification that you give yourself.
No, yeah, forget that. That's just a moral call. But what you said that liars are easy to deal with. What's your technique?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's your technique?
Well, they're lying. If you can make that apparent, then you win.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean, if you have evidence of the lies, then you just reveal it, and the truth is seen. I mean, that's if you really have this shut and closed case, just post it live, share it to the world, and there you win.
Well, we did that last night on the Rose channel. So
but it didn't, because you lied. You literally gave someone a false
saw you as a liar.
But what you're doing, you're talking about me now, and you're talking about my predicament. But forget that for a second.
So you're both liars. So you're evil.
No, but I'm not a pathological liar.
Doesn't matter. You were on the stage, and if you're both revealed as liars, you're seen as no better than your opposite.
I don't know. I mean, to me, the pathological liar can't help himself. I think the guy that chose to lie when he doesn't have to do so probably did worse.
Oh, for the love of God, change it. God.
Yeah, if you actually think someone's fucking pathological, then that's the person that has a problem. The other guy is choosing to do a dipshit move.
It's like when a wolf bites you and you blame the wolf.
Hey, what's that?
It's like a wolf biting you, and you blame the wolf when you shouldn't have been anywhere near it. You know, shouldn't hold your arm out to the.
It'd be like a bee sting, and you tried to punch the bee, and it stung you.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's like that.
Well, let's say let's say our good neighbor, Mr. Beasley, did overstep and speak heavy-handedly, and his strategy of misrepresenting our good neighbor May was, let's say, a little over the top. It may take him time to see that, and to lean on him to call himself a liar may be a harsh expectation. You know, it may be a little grand of an expectation. May we be patient with Brother Beasley as he sees, as he becomes more refined in his slanderings. I mean, I got you there. In his edifying efforts, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Son Tommy. Thank you, Son Tommy. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Don't get me wrong. Like,
now,
wait
a minute. Sega, hang on. I get to go. So, because I'm the one that's being, you know, character assassinated here. Now, geez. So, in what happened with me is, and I've explained it to everyone, I've given a rational reason. I said that I deliberately lied. So there's an admission that I'm a liar in this instance.
It's a little heavy-handed. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Well, no, I lied, and I did it deliberately. I gave the reasons for doing it. The reason I did it is that I wanted to up the engagement from John May, because I know that getting a person to admit to a lie is a difficult task. It really is. But what we achieved last night, so we asked the question, did you, you know, get these young boys to expose? So now we're back in Truth World. He said no. We showed the video. That exposed the lie on his part. But what I'm saying to you is that I did that for a reason. I'm not lying about what my actions were, not one bit. I'm not stepping down from my actions.
No, your actions are fine.
Now, if we go to the other side of the coin, John May and Vladimir have been playing games that involve lies, continual lies, and they've been doing it for probably good on 12 months. And those lies upset and hurt people and have an impact on people's lives and their self-esteem.
And I understand that.
Yeah, but that's not a good thing. Now, I'm having trouble relating to you guys on why you're trying to bring it up as if it's a level playing field. One's as bad as the other. Well, fuck no, you silly nongs. That's not the truth. The truth of the matter is I had an agenda. I achieved the goal. We got the exposure of the lie right out in the open. So it's going to be really interesting to see how John May behaves beyond that. He's already started to repurpose the story as if, I am only joking, it's good old Johnny May here, I don't do any harm. Well, no, he causes quite a lot of grief for people. He just simply does. And it's because of his ego. He's fueling off the discomfort of others.
Can you give me examples of people that he has done this to?
Well, Rose, Patton's one, the science guys, another. There's probably countless of them.
I don't know. Me and him trolled before. I destroyed the crap out of him. So what's your point?
Sorry, what's that?
I'm sorry. He tried to, like, seriously, I trolled the F out of him one day. It was pretty funny.
Well, okay, that's interesting, because I'd enjoy doing a hangout with you, because I'm always looking for. I mean, I wish there was a simple way, you know, like hold the mirror up. But I find it a very challenging thing to get people with false ideas back to reality.
Well, I hope that both Johnny May's behavior towards you and yours toward him stays away from the malevolent area, from the angry malevolent. And I hope that both of you are for each other on a base level, that really kind of want to help the other guy, you know, and stay away from the hurt the other guy category. Punk each other. One more thing. Sorry. One more thing. Punking each other, that's all part of it. Helping each other reason better and punking each other a little bit. But I hope it stays towards the base goodwill and out of the Malavant, because I know from firsthand experience it can slide there real quick, and it's terrible to stay there long. Yeah.
Well, I promise you, Tommy, there's no Malavants here, but he is in a slippery side, so yeah, maybe it might get that way, but I'm okay. I'm a big boy. I can take care of myself.
You are, truly.
Okay, I'm going to say one thing. First off, I forgot to say this, and I should. Shout out to my boy, Saint. You're my boy. I met you 3 days ago. You're awesome.
Who?
Okay. Saint. Saint Peter, whatever. The guy right next to me on the icons. The dude smokes a cigarette like a boss. Seriously. I met this guy, like, what, 3 days ago?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, you're a freaking beast, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, man. For real.
Thank you for your...
Tommy's a lovely man, no doubt about it.
No, he's a beast. Are you kidding me? This guy, like, freaking destroys everything. He's awesome.
I accept PayPal. PayPal. Just kidding.
No, GoFundMe. GoFundMe. Anyways.
That's it. Fund me. I'm not Nadia, but fund me. Yeah,
go fund Segi Knavar and his non-existent GoFundMe channels. That would be awesome. No, I didn't agree with the aspect of where you went, but I can see where you're going with it. I just don't agree with like your opinion on that, but that's all good. I hope you and Bulldog can finally get a resolution and kind of like get this together. Because
it's simple. It's simple. All he's got to do is apologise and talk the truth, and game over.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, I agree with that. Like, even despite the aspect that there might be someone that like may have called him up, but the actions that they took was stupid anyway. So, even if there is someone even on this channel, oh hi, I know who you are because you're on this Google Plus Hangout. Even if that person leaked the address, and that's terrible, and I don't agree with it. The thing is, they shouldn't have taken it up on the action.
Well, exactly. I mean, everything. The truth lies in action or behaviour. That's where you always find truth. People will talk and say things that may be untrue, but they cannot. It's impossible over time to hide behind behaviours. Behaviours. Unless you learn to read behaviours, you can work a lot of shit out. I tell you.
By the way, I already know who did it. Or like 5 people already told me who has been leaking your information.
Yeah, I don't care about the leaking of information.
I mean, the leaking information is one thing, but you shouldn't have followed up on the actions. That's the thing that's so ridiculous.
Well, exactly. And that was Vladimir, and that was, it's related to Bulldog in some way.
No, they weren't the ones leaking it. They just,
they use it, and that's the real problem. Right, it's sort of like
this. You should have laughed it off and be like, you know what I mean?
No.
No, they should have laughed it off and be like, why would I use this? Whatever. I respect.
Yeah. Sorry, I accept what you're saying. Hey, excuse me for a minute, people.
Well, while he's excused, we can talk about the baseball game right now. The Cubs are dominating the Pirates 3-0. Which I figure would happen because the Pirates are the chokers in the MLB playoffs. So there we go. That's all I needed to talk. I would love to hear someone's word right now other than Rob. Can someone else talk? St. Peter, can you talk?
Rob? Penis.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't got a whole lot to say. I'm sorry.
You should watch some baseball, bro.
St. Penis. I don't care.
I'm not into watching sports.
Paul, that sucks because sports is amazing and baseball is amazing. But no,
I wouldn't mind playing some baseball, but watching.
I wouldn't mind playing some baseball against you and then throw a baseball at your face. That'd be fun. Because I'd be scared of you immediately just based on your pitcher. I'd probably beam you intentionally so you can get on base.
I actually in Little League. I held the record every year I played for most times beamed.
Most time being what? Beamed?
Yeah. I got hit by more pitches than anyone else in the league, like 4 years running.
Stop crowding the plate. Do you ever consider that mother effort? You crowd the plate. It makes the pitcher have a hard day.
Don't have to run to first base as hard if I get hit.
Well, you enjoy that. If you did in the MLB, you'd be dead.
Most likely, but that's why I didn't play past like the age of 11.
Imagine a Doris Chapman 117-mile fastball hitting you. That would be terrible. Oh, man. But no, like, as for the Rob thing, no, I just think things should have been more reasonably introduced. Honestly, like, I do agree with this aspect. It's not really about who, like, gave out the info. It's the aspect that they continue to deliver regardless, and that's something I don't agree with. You know what I mean? And that's just how I see it. So, in a way, Rob isn't right.
Well, it seems like that perhaps our Mr. Beasley engages with our Vlad and our Johnny May because he likes the contention, that he is motivated by a basic goodwill, but also he's liking to dance in a contentious way with our neighbors. And he's being a little bit maybe inciting, yes. And I don't know, it can sometimes be emotionally satisfying to take a hit or take an insult or take a rebuke or take a retort. Any of these things, it can be almost desirable sometimes to take abuse or take contention. And yeah, so anyway, it seems like to me that both Mr. Beasley is getting something out of interacting with Vlad and Johnny May, and Johnny May maybe and whomever are incited, they're irritated. It seems like they're pecking at each other, it seems like a little bit. But anyway, it's just me on the sidelines. It ain't none of my business.
I saw it yesterday.
I have no business commenting about these delicate issues frivolously, you know. I really don't. I don't know what's going on. We're all here for a reason, I figure. But anyway.
I just feel like I like Rob. He's a great guy. And I do agree with his I do agree with the aspect that, like, yeah, it's not about who gave out the info, but it's the aspect that you followed up on it anyways. You should have been a good friend and just been like, nah, whatever, I'm not going to do anything.
Yeah, I'm in the same position. I like Rob and I like Johnny and I like Vlad.
Yeah, same here.
They're cool peeps all. Each of them may be mature in a different way, but I still like them regardless.
Yeah, Bulldog is a freaking beast. I like that dude. He's awesome.
All utterly unique. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like I don't agree with what they did. I really don't. Like, you shouldn't be doing videos of them driving to your house. That's kind of creepy. However, shouldn't we find the person that, like, actually leaked it out to begin with, so this did happen? So this won't happen again? Like, who really did this?
It would seem like that it might be good to disengage and let such things be of the past. Okay. And, you know, it might be good. Rather than exposing, let things be of the past. And it sounds like that maybe all parties, or maybe two of the three, or one of the three may have interest in that.
I'll give you an offer.
Oh,
just say this. I'm sorry. I'll drop this. You apologize to me as well. Let's drop all this right now. Let's just drop it, move on, and that's it. It's like, just promise me you guys will never happen again.
If feelings are hurt or if people are disturbed and upset, it may be a tall order to ask someone to apologize, you know, just to cease contentious interaction might be desirable without demanding an apology. Just
do you guys want me to really say who's the guy who leaked it out? Because I can easily say it.
But if somebody did want to apologize, that's great. But it's a tall thing to ask somebody to do. You know, if they're upset or if you've been fighting with somebody, it's a tall order to ask for.
Tommy, hang on a minute.
Yes.
Now, I know Jesus, right? And I do. And
Okay.
I know him extremely well. Better than probably most people on the planet. Now, he holds that the path to enlightenment encompasses a disturbing phase, right? That the reason that occurs is because we have faulty thinking or faulty ideas about reality in our head as we grow up, and we have to confront them, right? So, I'm immovable on that, on the Jesus teaching. You cannot, nothing on this planet will shift me away from those teachings and their reality. So
that is honorable.
All right, I'm gonna bring my bro in. I'm gonna bring in.
I don't share that view, brother. I don't think there's anything we have to do to confront our thinking.
Okay.
I think it's all by grace. All by grace.
By the way,
no, that's not true.
No,
But anyway,
okay.
hang on.
That's my belief. I said it was my belief. I didn't say it was true. I just said it was my belief.
I'm bringing my bro Luke Dog in. If you kick him, I swear to God.
Who's that?
Luke Dog.
Oh, Luke Dog's welcome. But he'll take over the forum, so we better get any things on the table. Anyway, so what I just wanted to say, and I'll say this finally, so I blocked those guys, right? So I'm not going to have much to do with them. I think I've done the best I can to help them. Wait a minute. So this is my perspective, right? You may disagree, but my perspective is that the injustice is totally their cause. Welcome, Lucky Dog.
Yes!
Trouble! Ladies and gentlemen, I have breaking news. I have breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. TNA Impact Wrestling has an intergender world title match. Unheard of, never heard of it before. Even a female can win the world title. I know what you're thinking. What does this have to do with anything? I'm going to tell you. Think about it. Awesome Kong could beat some motherfucker's ass. Now, I'm just going to put it out there. Awesome Kong's going to have win the TNA World Heavyweight title. Some people are going to be pissed. Some people are going to be like, whatever, at least I get to see hot fucking girls dominating in the ring.
Luke Dog, I'm going to tell you the honest truth about this in 5 minutes. Anyways, you continue to finish.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I was actually wrapping up that point. I just wanted to point out Awesome Kong versus Bobby Lashley. Are you paying money to see that or not? Because Luke Dog would. I'm too forward.
I'm sorry. This was the highlight of the show. I'm sorry. That was the most amazing thing ever.
I'm looking at girls in freaking skimpy clothes, and they're pinning, they're fighting, they're wrestling. They look like motherfucking. Remember, like how girls sucked at wrestling always, and now you look at these. Look at springboard shit. I mean, they got your attention. That just
how can you hate this guy? This guy is amazing.
Hurricanrana. You ever see the females do a Hurricanrana in WWE? No, Robbie.
Yes,
I will be a Luke Dog fan for life.
Because when you're with the NWO,
sign me up.
Yeah, me and Luke Dog are a package now. Like, whenever I have to go into a hangout, I'm going to invite this guy, for real.
Yeah. We actually have a tag team, the tag team titles. We're the new tag team champions of the YouTube world, and no one's taken our titles yet. We beat Andre Corbeil and Big Ray. We beat all the tag teams. You name
we
it.
beat wrestling Jesus in his mirror.
Oh, wrestling Jesus and his, hey.
He already quit wrestling because he was so scared of us, man.
Well, you know who's really scared of me? Ordinary Jerry. Don Juan Banks came in the room and said he's terrified of Luke Dog.
Oh, by the way, I need to tell you about Jerry, by the way. Okay. I'm sorry to go off the topic, Rob.
Did he paint his room finally?
Show that you ever do.
Okay, you know what, Rob? This guy's killing the room. Okay.
No, I actually made a mood. I made a really cool vibe in here, and I just want to bring that out. I feel like everyone's being entertained. Views are going up worldwide.
Go fuck yourself. Fuck off. You're fucking true.
I freaking love this guy. He's so entertaining.
All right. Now, I just need Lukey. Just 1 second. Hang then for a second. Just need to finish something that I was speaking to Seeger about. So, Seeger.
Yes.
What I'm saying, when I say I'm an immovable, it means exactly that. You know, I hold my ground firmly. In my understanding of the circumstances are that these guys have done the injustice to me and my family. So
I agree with that. If they threaten your family, that's not right.
Well, they stepped over the mark and they just made it persistent. And I lived the experience. I know the lies that they've been talking. So the solution, I'm satisfied that I've got a solution, right? I think that I've brought the lie to the surface. They will live with that, you know, until they decide
I'm sorry,
to
they're going to your family's house at 1 in the morning. I do not agree with that at all.
I don't know whether it was 1 in the morning. I don't recall ever saying that.
If they go to your family's house late at night and they know where you live and they're doing Google Plus videos of you driving, that's a little unacceptable. That's pretty bad. And the thing is, like, I don't even care if it's a joke. That's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you have your
the resolution's simple from my perspective, right? They admit to the lie and then we move on. There's nothing for me to do. I've disclosed the lie publicly. That's the end of it for me. So I'm fine in my own skin. I know the realities. I know the truth. I also know that they know the true story. So, you know, I know when they're lying. So it's completely up to them what they choose to do. I've done enough to help them see the bad behaviour. And so, you know, that's it for me. Done and dusted.
Okay, then we're done with it. And Luke Doc, please give me a link to your Hangout because I would love to talk about TNA with you because you are too hilarious not to.
So Sega, this is for your own selfish reasons. So you make everybody else leave the Hangout so you can talk about wrestling in a different Hangout. Go fuck yourself, you fucking troll.
Oh, really? You want to debate with me now?
Hey,
tell me. We repeated the same subject 50 freaking times, you mother effer. There's nothing else to say. I already did a good debate. What the F did you do? You just sat there all quiet and shit. What the F did you ever do?
Who are you talking to?
Oh, you know who I'm talking to. Mr. I'm Down. By the way, here's the plot twist. Mr. Down is the person who leaked your information.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, by the way, it doesn't matter, and I don't care.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He's a good guy.
I did not use any of Rob's information, so that's a lie. Rob, these people are full of lies. If I leaked Rob's info, he'd be getting fucking phone calls.
I'm just saying, that's what everyone's been telling me all freaking day.
Brooke Taskmaster won.
Wait a minute. Sega, you need to learn something, right? You're not a
I
very...
like your accent, the way you say Sega. I say Sega, you say Sega.
Sega. All right, hang on, Luke.
No, I just brought my boy in, okay?
Wait a minute.
I brought my boy in.
Wait a minute. Slow down, for goodness sakes. Now, firstly, you really do need... Now, me, Lukey, and Rose, we're all good bullshit detectors. We're really good at it, right?
Right.
Now, yes, we are. And Benny's a really good bullshit detector. We know when folks are... You don't seem to. You seem willing to accept information firsthand. What's happening in troll land, right? So that these guys, Vlad and that, they're trying to shore up support. So they will...
This is their last option right now. Like, and I don't really believe it. I just wanted to add it to the show.
Yeah. But I just want to say to you, you know, sharpen up your bullshit detector, mate. You accept information just a little bit.
I was better before. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, well.
I think I'm getting burnt out with this trolling business. Oh, my God.
Hey, listen, tell me something. I was going to ask you that. Do you do trolling, do you?
Real quick, breaking news. Austin Aries is back. What?
Who?
No, I roll with Luke Duck, man. That's how I roll, man. I roll with
Austin motherfucking Aries, probably the greatest, best man who ever lived in the ring worldwide. Shout out to Austin Aries. Austin Aries, come on, Luke Duck Show.
By the way, these matches are taped months in advance, and I didn't want to tell him to break his heart.
Wait a minute. No, Bound for Glory was live, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bomber Goers Live, but these matches were taped like previously, like months ago. Like seriously, they're only half-ass hazing these shows. I can't say the swear word because there's kids here, but no, they're half-agging these shows until like freaking the end of the year when they get on the new channel. So you're literally watching matches from like 4 months ago.
Well, that's flubbed up, but I'll be honest with you, it is some of the best mother-sucking wrestling I've never seen. So for me, it's still new. It's kind of like you have a CD or a DVD. Yeah, DVD. Remember DVDs? Yeah? We used to watch them, and we'd watch them again sometimes.
I think the best part is nobody knows who I am, and only the only person who really knows me on anything is Luke Dog. No one knows
That's because we're tag team earners. You think traveling up and down those roads, up and down for $30, sometimes we didn't get paid, we got stiff, but we kept going. Why? Because we love the name of the game that we bring, and here's
I'm loyal to Rob and Bull like everything, but we all know what my true heart is. I'm gonna go full forward with Luke Dog from this day forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it here first, and you'll hear it here last, especially when we're just having a blast. I see you swinging your booze, but you're making me snooze. I know if you booze, you lose, but you choose just to sit there and do this over and over like cock-a-doodle-doo. Wake up, man. It's time for you to slam slug with me. I'm Triple L Luke Dog. Call me anytime G, but don't call me right now because you see, I'm live with Save the Geek and Robbie E.
Dude, I love this guy. Like, seriously, where did this guy come from? He's so great.
Hey, macho madness.
Yeah. Sega.
What?
Sega, so are you a religious dude or an atheist?
I am a Christian.
Yeah, see, I like that because most people don't get it. It ain't about a religion, it's about a relation. It ain't about a 2-hour, once-a-week show. It's about a life change, yo. Oh.
No.
I have no idea what he's talking about right now.
You can use that if you want to. Tell down on, he can use it. I'll just spit shit out. I don't ever use it anyway. So.
Okay, well, unfortunately, my intelligence died down times 2.
Well, Dawan, give me some lines then, man, because I'm trying to start this thing where me and Dawan and Sega, we're going to start up a rap room. It's going to be all rap all the time, and if you don't like it, you can die. You can just not watch. You'll be fine, but you got to watch because we're the best all the time.
Rob, help. Rob, help.
What?
We're doing this. We're going to start a freaking... We're going to start a... You know.
Oh my god.
Look,
He's hilarious, but that was too much for me. I was going to have a heart attack. I was going to die by the time I was 29. Oh my god. The dude is comic gold. The dude is great. I love this guy. But anyways, let's get into intellectual conversations.
What's that, sorry?
Let's get into intellectual conversations, like now.
Okay. Yeah,
so,
well,
let's talk about your social manner right now. Like, and by the way, from the bottom of my heart, I'm not actually accusing you, Down, for what happened. I don't know. That's just what I heard. And I've been hearing about it all day. I had it all over my phone. I don't know.
Yeah, but think of the timing. The timing's always important, right? This is on the back. Yeah, this is on the back.
Why didn't they say it before?
Hey?
Yeah, why didn't they say this before this happened? They should.
On the subject of timing, I just wanted to point out, though, Robbie, you forgot one thing. You always leave out parts, and I just want to fill in the people that timing is everything, and it seems to be the key. Let them diss you first and respond immediately. The evil key. Oh!
Hey, Lukey, that was spot on.
I'm not gonna lie, I stole it from Eminem.
Yeah, well, it
I had to mute my mic because I was laughing so hard.
Lucas is a legend. He's saying deal with it in the moment. And that's right. That's the way to live.
I'm considering leaving every single Google Hangout from this day forward. Benny's going to be heartbroken, but yeah, I'm considering it.
He'll be right. I'll be there for Benny.
Yeah, you better comfort him because he loves me. Well, it was fun while it lasted, guys. Am I leaving this time, or am I doing my 18th fake retirement in a row? You decide, Rob. You decide.
Nope, the choices are our own.
Well, you know my character, so am I going to retire or not?
What's your character?
I always fake retirement.
Oh, like the Sega geek, you're going to retire that and come in as someone else.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Sega was dead, like, in, like, 2002. Like, I always come back.
Hmm.
But no, legit, in all seriousness, though, like, I have school, I work, I'm going to go back to work 12 hours a day, and it's kind of like, and honestly, this conversation, like, I love having intellectual conversation with you, Rob, you're the best. Because I think you're extremely intelligent, like me.
Yeah. I'm better, though.
I don't know. I
What am I, chopped liver?
I think we were in a stalemate in our religious debate, good sir. We were in a stalemate. We legit were.
No. What was the stalemate over? What point?
First off, I destroyed you on Revelation.
No, didn't I share with you that the Book of Revelations was written about 136 AD?
Yes,
So,
but I told you the feature aspects, and you're like, I need to look this up, aka won.
Oh, okay, yes.
So I did win that battle, and then the
Well,
second...
no, I haven't looked it up.
You didn't look it up? Dude, you're supposed to look it up, because I won the follow-up
I'll tag in just for a brief second. I believe Jeff Jarrett said it best about professional wrestling, but I'm going to use it as a coin for this exact subject. Either you believe or you don't believe.
Can we just give
believe
Doc
or
a
you
medal?
know.
Because this guy is awesome. Seriously.
Either you believe or you know.
No, I know. And yes.
I know.
By the way, I watched Jeff Jarrett's DVD. His wife was a woman of God. He believes in faith, the Bible, hope, love. Hey, Jesus, baby.
No.
Just give him the freaking medals.
K-N-O-W.
I think I'm gonna be exclusive right now until like we figure out everything with ETA. I think I'm gonna be exclusive to Luke Dog. He's so hilarious. I love this guy. He is so awesome.
He's a very, very sharp person. Very connected.
You know, Rob, I was thinking earlier today, I'm like the son you always wanted, right? Your own
Look,
son.
it's official. Look, it's official. I'm officially you now from now on.
Look, what I know about you is you're very connected to reality.
Reality check! I grew up with Rowdy Piper. And the movie They Live, thank you. Rowdy Piper. That was a great movie. If you haven't seen They Live with Rowdy Piper, where he gets the sunglasses from the church, and he goes out and he can see. Have you seen the movie? I don't want to spoil it for you.
It was hilarious.
I love it.
The fight scene alone was amazing.
He saw the signs and they said, obey, consume, trust us, your government, you know? Just like these cocksucking motherfuckers worldwide spreading their lies. And all of a sudden you get someone to come here and say, hold on, it's reality check time, because I got something to say too. I live in this earth, and I'm sick of your heart machines. I'm sick of your fucking demon, evil, gay rituals, your Illuminati bullshit, you cocksucking motherfuckers. You're sick. You're filling up the cup of abomination. You know where it's getting dumped on us, and I'm living in sin still, so knock it off until I get right with Jesus.
So, I need to ask you, Luke Dog. You're an intelligent person, obviously. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go back to the old Segi for 5 seconds, and I want an intellectual person who I can actually have a conversation with. Do you think calling someone a pedophile justifies everything of someone trolling and sitting out on a live hangout?
Oh, are you talking about Bulldog?
Yeah, the dude literally called the dude a pedophile.
Wait, Rob said that about him, or he said that about Rob?
Yeah, he literally said that about Bulldog.
I remember, it was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was possible. And then later he admits he denies it.
I did.
But then later he said it was false. How would you feel about that? You say it on live air, but then the first chance you get, you deny it? I don't know, man. What do you think, bro?
Hey, hang on a minute. I'm not denying it, am I? I've explained it about 4 or 5 times.
But still, you still did it.
Yeah. But that's
but
part of
you
that's
went
part,
all in and
that's
called
part
it
of telling the truth. Telling the truth is you.
No, but you just admitted that you lied. Don't call it the truth, bro.
But I told you the reason I did it.
Luke Dog, I want your comment on this, bro. For the love of God.
Take me in! Referee didn't see it.
You gotta understand, like, I only respond to Luke Dog, and I'm letting him do this commentary.
Yeah.
You see, we're tag teams, you know what it is we got the tag team titles because we know when one's getting wearied, one's getting beaten up, or maybe they're not getting beaten up, but they're just sick of beating the other one up because now they're getting weird. They got to tag in the partner who's fresh. She's been sitting here waiting. And I'm here to tell you guys something today. It's like the way he's swishing that around away, it's a waste, and we're wasting time. I'm going to rhyme about it. I don't even have a dime. I have more. It's not that Florida ocean shore, but it's, of course, going to be adorable when Little Wayne gets off the screen because he's obscene. I beat him in a rap battle, Robbie. Did you see? Luke Dog versus Little Wayne. Go look it up right now. Seriously, it really happened. No lie. I beat Little Wayne. I beat him bad! Not in the gay sexual orgy way they do it in the Illuminati. That little fucking... I hate Little Wayne. I hate him.
But no, I want to hear your logical response here. Like, this dude justifies him being right by calling a dude a pedophile, which is a lie.
Oh.
But then he says that the lies at the other person's side. So he's like, he thinks a lie is justified because someone lied to him. I want your response, Luke Dog.
Yeah, basically, if he's justifying a lie for a lie, it's exactly the first conversation me and Rob had when I had to point out. He said he doesn't believe in the Bible, and then he said, well, now if we turn to the book of Isaiah, and I literally had to say, whoa, wait a minute, Rob, you don't believe in that book. You can't use it. And he said, no, it proves my point. Well, if it proves your point, then you believe in it. No, it was written by the Romans. I get that, but you said you don't believe in it, that's why you can't use it. No, stop interrupting me. See? And that's literally how it went, Robbie. It was live, you can go watch it.
Well, that's a very accurate report, almost.
No, he always does that with his almost. You did very good, except I forgot this one little piece. See, this is what he did. Go ahead, Rob. I like bantering with you. It's fun. I do. It's fun. You're Mr. Feeney, all right, and I'm Eric, but I ain't Eric Young.
Right. The Romans wrote the New Testament. So they didn't write the whole book.
Okay, on that note, unfortunately with you guys, as I said, I respect you, Rob. I wish you the best, man. I hope we will talk probably tomorrow, right?
Yeah, well, possibly. But just one point, try and be an accurate reporter. Try and get the big picture and don't focus on the narrower narrative.
No, narrow is the way that leads to salvation, but broad is the way to destruction. DJ Z though. I felt that one too when I said it, so you know why? Because that's straight from the Bible.
Alright, Luke, I'll be back later. I'll be back
Your tag team stranded.
If Rob can, no,
right,
unfortunately, I'm going to be that guy that limps off with the crutch. I'll be back.
Then 20 minutes later, oh my God, he's coming back, even though he's injured, he had to come back to help his brother.
I'm going to do like the corporate Demon Kane theory, where like corporate Kane was injured and then he comes back and like completely no sells the injury.
You're talking a foreign language. Luke Dog doesn't watch WWE.
But you just said that you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, TNA.
Yeah,
Anyone-
TNA is terrible right now. I'm sorry, bro.
No, it's brand new. They got a new set. They got a new format. They even
No, their
have
new set is amazing. Don't get me wrong on that.
I love the set, and they're doing these video packages like that. And these matches, dude, did you see anyone like the Bram Drew Galloway, where he picked him up like the grandma legs like that? And they were out of the ring.
Bram has been suspended for long.
I know. That's what shocked me when I saw him, because I know this
Bram
is
is the
after
man,
Bound for Glory.
but the thing is, these aren't live shows.
Well, Bram, yeah. I mean, hey, what can you say, man?
Allison Aries and Kenny King aren't even with the company right now.
Kenny motherfucking King. That's the motherfucking guy. And
Yeah,
Bobby
but
Lashley.
he's not even-
Do
but he's
not
not even-
discredit Bobby Lashley. When he does the splits, or when he does the leapfrog, he does his motherfucking splits.
Lashley is a freaking beast. Don't even get me
He's-
wrong. And by
he
the
should
way,
be-
to this other guy, I need to call out right now, right here, right now. I'm gonna call out this mother effer right now, who's on this hangout. Yeah, you dang right I brought Luke Dong in. This dude's my bro, and he's the most entertaining person on this chat.
The
does
most
that make you feel?
electrifying athlete.
Yeah, how does it make you feel knowing that you probably are the most boring aspect of this channel, good sir?
And hey, by the way, you're welcome for bringing the views up.
So what would be interesting to talk about, Sega, would be why you
I'm getting
made
beer, and I'm
why
taking
you
my
made-
tits, and
why
I'm
you
coming
made
back.
that
So talk while you
that-
can.
why have you got your bee in your bonnet?
Why do I have what?
A bee in your bonnet, about down.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Because me and him have fought before.
Oh, okay.
We both have issues with each other, like, seriously. I'm an egotistical maniac who is not, like,
Sega,
who can destroy him.
Sega, I want
Yes.
to point out something to you.
What's that?
Because I was the observer then, between and witness to your personal, because it gets personal. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Personal attack on down. When we flip things around a bit and we just look at, instead of Seeger and down, we have John May and Rob Beasley.
Okay.
Do you get it? How things change up a bit and hypocrisy.
The thing is, I never lied, and I never called anyone such an offensive name to get.
One second. Do you not see the hypocrisy though?
No, unfortunately not, because I don't call people like freaking. Are you effing kidding me, bro? Yes, I want to watch the MLB playoffs, but just 5 minutes. Jesus Christ. Fuck, kill this guy. But no. No, here's the thing. I never went on my way to call someone a pedophile to make my name across or make my point across. That's the problem.
But wait a minute.
Do you understand how bad that insult is, good sir? Do you understand how bad that is? That would be like me calling you a terrorist.
That's why I did it. I did it.
No, it doesn't matter. You should have took the better road for that. Like, yeah, you can do middle jabs, whatever, and that's fine.
Sega, hang on a minute. You still don't seem to get it. We're talking about degrees, right? And so you're placing my actions at the top of the pile of the bad things. But what you're missing,
I think you're putting words in his mouth.
Wait a minute. You're not acknowledging the fact that you're capable of the same behaviours, albeit.
Here's the funniest thing about this. Me and Dom mutually respect each other. That's the funniest thing. I don't have a problem with Dom, really. I just like doing this to, like, F with him. That's it. I don't go low to make my point across.
That's not true.
No,
You're
saying
that. No, wait a minute. You're saying that because I'm calling you out.
I've been on numerous hangouts with you before.
Don't bullshit me, mate. I don't like bullshit. That attack on down was done publicly, right? Because we're running live at the minute.
Yeah.
And it was very, very nasty. It just was.
All I did was say things that were there, and I wanted him to know if it was true or not.
It doesn't matter about, whatever.
No, don't try to justify yourself calling someone a pedo.
You chose to act that way. That
great.
was your
Now I can't
choice.
leave this chat because I need to justify myself. Okay, look, here's the aspect of this, okay? It was ridiculous that, like, everyone was, like, all day telling me this. I asked them a question. I asked them this, like, I know the person who did this. Apparently, according to that, it's him. That's it. That's all I said. You don't need to, like seriously, this has nothing to do.
There you go. It elevated up to a personal attack on down. That's a fact.
But I never called him a pedo.
Yes, and now we're talking in degrees. Now, pedo is a personal attack. Do you agree?
No, that's the worst attack ever. You don't understand what that means
Yeah, but
in America.
it's still a matter of degree, right?
No, it's not.
What you're doing, Seeger.
No, you're contradicting.
Wait a minute, no, Seeger. What you're doing is you're making a personal attack, which is exactly what you're saying that I did.
Okay, I called him out for this.
Both are true statements. Both are true statements. But the difference between you and I is that I admit the action, and I explain why. Are you able to admit the action and give an explanation?
I explained why as well. A lot of people told me this. I didn't direct. Okay,
no.
Luke, explain this.
No. You're being clever and you're avoiding the question.
He's being clever, yes, because we're clever people. We are probably too cool, too funny, and too clever for you. But you gotta understand, Robbie.
Lukey, hang on a minute. Hang on, Luke. Don't you just go shouting.
Maybe that's the problem. You're hanging on, you need to let go.
Lukey, you did make a personal nasty attack on down. That's unquestionable.
No, it's not, because I said it was based on the things that people said.
No, forget about that. We're talking about your action. Your action.
Oh, you mean my first fight with him when I said America was better than his country?
No, don't play games. You know what you said.
What did I say?
No, I'm not going to play that game either. You know what you said.
No, what did I say?
It was personal. Well, all right. If you think that's going to
did I get into his personal life? Did I call him a pedophile? I don't think I did.
No, I acknowledge that. I acknowledge that. But you were nonetheless. That's talking about degrees of behaviour. The same behaviours of personal attacking the individual.
It's not even close.
It is close.
It's not even close, dude.
Yeah, Australia was originally a prison.
Down. Hang on, Luke. Down. Down. No, you hang on.
You hang on.
No, you hang on.
All right, I'll hang on.
Here, what's going on?
Yeah,
okay, I need to ask you, calling someone out based on everything I heard, or just randomly calling someone a pedo?
Hang on a second. Down, what did Seeger say about you? The personal attack.
He said that I was pilfering your information to all the trolls.
Yeah, no, but he said he got into a personal attack about you.
No, he didn't. No, I didn't.
Wait a minute, Down.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He did get into a personal attack about my character as well.
Okay, what's the personal attack about your character?
I'm not going to repeat it for you. You should know what you said.
No, you repeat it now. You justify your actions.
Right
now, you might as well do it.
Seeger, this is pathetic on your part. I'm going to now find this video because it's on my channel. And I will go and get the bloody evidence.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. But
don't worry, I don't hate you, Rob, dude. I like you, man.
No, same here. But what I'm trying to point out to you is that you're being...
That doesn't matter what you're pointing out.
You're being a hypocrite.
How am I being a hypocrite? Did I call him a pedo? I did not.
No.
You called him jump pedo. That's where they're airing.
No, there's names.
Pedo, because he's a little guy, like a cockroach.
There's names that you call people.
You got into name calling, Seeger.
Pedo.
I'm a trash talker, dude. I'm an NFL fan, dude. It's what I do. But no, like...
Now you're starting to admit it, though, but before you were trying to avoid it.
No, I'm probably sure I said. Okay.
Now that you've admitted it, and save us a bit of bloody time, explain why you did it.
No, I want to know the exact name.
Well, I'll explain why you did it. Right? It's because of this long-running relationship that you have, and probably at some point Downs called you out on a topic, and that hasn't left your conscience.
No, this is exactly what I said. I said Downs sold you out.
No.
I said Downs leaked the information to everyone else, and I said that that's kind of a shit move.
Yeah, it wasn't shitty. I couldn't believe it when I heard the news. I was like, breaking news. I got to record this, and I did.
That's all I said.
No. Even if he did, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. What I'm trying to
relevant. I didn't go out of my way to.
What I'm trying to get you to understand is the timing. Why did they tell you that now?
So you think they're trying to set you against him?
Exactly.
And set me against you.
Yeah, exactly. I know that that's what they're doing. I have no doubt about it.
So you think they were setting me up as well?
Possibly.
I mean, seriously, why else would
Sega, I promise you, right? They don't give a shit about you. You're just part of the game. Now that doesn't mean
time to play the game.
Hey. Now, Lukey, no one cons you, do they?
Nobody can con a fucking guy that won't be willing to be conned.
You know what?
Let me explain that in elaborate detail.
On this rare note, you know what? Down your right, I'm gonna follow Luke Dog. That's how I roll.
Yeah.
Follow me as I follow Christ, like the Apostle Paul said. He was nice to Timothy, and that's why they had a hard problem with the Jewish folks that wanted to whip him, stone him, and choke him out. But I doubt they'll ever beat us, dude, because to live is Christ, die is gain, too.
Okay, I'm going to follow Rob from now on.
Oh, no.
No, Luke, you're my boy, man, for real. You're my boy.
Just stick with Jesus, mate. He's the one to follow.
No, no, I mean, I'm too tired for this right now. Like, I don't even know where to go in this debate. Like, to be honest, I like Vlad, but I don't really know what to believe because I really just shut up literally 3 days ago, and this beef has been happening for a while. So I don't even know where to go from this, like, honestly. And I don't know, maybe they are right. They claim, like, you know, there are things that they showed me. I don't know. And to be honest with you, like, I just want to have fun at Google+. There should be no reason for drama.
Yeah.
Unless it's with me and Luke Dog, though. That's awesome. I mean, if you have a problem with Luke Dog, you're going to mess with me.
If they got a problem with Luke Dog, I got 2 words for him. Fuck off!
Yeah, Luke Dog is a freaking beast. I love this guy, seriously. This guy's hysterical.
You know what, Robbie? Sometimes a good old, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. So if I offended you, good. Because I still don't give a fuck. Sum him up in one joint, stop at a limo, gunpoint, Come on, you know what I'm talking about. Hashtag Eminem right now.
Luke, why do you think you're a rapper right now?
Well, he is. He raps. He does some rap.
Yeah, he's better a rapper than I am. I used to be good when I was like a teenager.
I can beat Lil Wayne. I did it once. And you guys, I'll give you the exclusive. It wasn't written down. I can never reduplicate it because everything I say, top of the dome. Everything.
I'm a Luke Dog follower from this day forth. Yeah, Luke, so you have me for every show you ever want to do.
Now these come, so I'll fill in some time.
Hey, I got one for you, Rob.
Yes, mate.
Well, other than my ETA stuff, but other than that, yeah, I'm gonna do any other exclusive shows with Luke.
Hold on, I guarantee you, this is gonna put a Rob smile on Rob's face. Watch this. Just sit right there and I'll tell a tale of a faithful ship. It started on this tiny boat. Come on, finish it, 'cause I don't know it. The sailor knew that day. Something nice. Gilligan always fucking shit up. Every episode it was the same thing. Why didn't they learn? Don't let him do the job. But they must have been stupid. They must have been stupid. You know what? They were on that fucking island. They had all these opportunities to get up. And that fucking Gilligan just pissed me off every time I saw it. So I quit watching out of pissed offness by that fucking. He'd do a little Urkel routine. Remember Steve Urkel? He'd bust everything in your house, and all he had to do was go, "Did I do that? Oops, I'm sorry. Okay, big guy, I'm just gonna leave you guys forever." And they'd go, "Oh, the fucking audience," and I'd go, "No! He just tore his whole motherfucking hole in his fucking house." And he crushed his car one day. You guys, I'm just saying, this is how I think they've been conditioning us. Think about it. So that you'll just forgive and forget all the queers running around worldwide now, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, that offends me." But subliminally, it's like, "Oh, I gotta tolerate him because he goes, oh, fuck you, queers. I don't want you here because you're an abomination, and there's a reason you're an abomination. Something that shouldn't exist. So why the heck would I want to accept something that shouldn't exist? That's like accepting a motherfucking walking, talking, dumbass mummy. Or mummy was walking around in bandaged blood talking to you. Would you associate with it? Hell no, you wouldn't. What are you doing with these fucking queers that want to stick their dicks in rears, you fucking sickos?
Oh, dear.
Tell them, Robbie. Tell them the truth. I'm going to tell these motherfucking fans the truth. The reason why they dissed me first and I answered you, they said I passed them out of the lobby and I glanced at you like I didn't notice you. Bitch, I had a show to do. Like I'm supposed to be starstruck, come over to you. You better shut your fucking mouth while you 0 for 2.
Very good, Lucky. Hey, listen, guys, I've got to head over to another hangout. Pardon me. Down, it's the Brother John show. Benner, Brother John show. Actually, I'll get the link in case any of you guys want to.
Yeah, I'll definitely head over there. Brother John is a much more level-headed than the troll tard.
Hey, Lukey, be cool. Benner.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob, you're leaving. I can't believe you're just going to leave us like that, but whatever, man. Whatever.
Sorry, dude. Sorry.
Whatever, I guess
well, no, I've got some hang on, Luke. Don't take it apart. Lukey, don't take it apart.
Fans, comment below. Do you want Rob to go? Uh-oh, the comments are coming in.
Oh, dear.
They're saying no.
I'm in the mood.
You're going to let everyone down, they said, and they said they're never going to watch again if you leave.
Lukey, I'm in
the mood.
Luke, I'm immovable.
So you're saying you don't care about the fans? You're saying their opinion doesn't matter?
Catch you later, alligators.
About a wild crocodile. Oh. Robbie. Robbie, get out of here. We'll do the show without you.
See you, mate.
We'll do the show without you. That's right. I can do it without you. I am Luke Dog. I have 4